guys, welcome back to the fourth episode of Golden Domer podcast. Today we've got a very, very special guest, four-star tight end from Georgia, Kane Berrong. He committed to the Irish last June, and there's no doubt that's where he wants to go. He's going to be focused on, of course, playing strictly tight end for us. Really big body. He has the ability to be a big playmaker. He's also very good at the blocking standpoint of it. I watched a lot of his film. He's from a high school in Georgia, which it was hard to get him to choose the Irish over Georgia because I think he lives like an hour from there from what I've saw. And he visited there a couple times, but Notre Dame came out and got the job done with that. So they did a good job of that, and I'm happy that we got him on board.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I saw it too. I mean, the dude's like sneaky fast. You don't expect that out of a tight end, really. But he's got that big body, like you were saying. He's got these stick-'em hands. He's got that sideline awareness. I mean, I think he could be another big-time player in a long line at tight end U.
Yeah, of course. He's an athlete too. He's a D1 baseball player. Obviously, he decided to stick with football, but he could have played baseball almost anywhere in the country. I was looking, and he got a bunch of offers for that too. So, athletic kid. He ran track, threw in track. It's just I'm excited to have him. We can use him in a bunch of different ways. So sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize he was another dual sport, really tri-sport athlete. But we know from experience, recent experience, Cole Kmet, both baseball and football at Notre Dame. So maybe that's something I'll ask him and see if he intends to maybe walk on to the baseball team or something of that nature.
Yep. So that's a pretty big name to live up to, Cole Kmet. I mean, at one time, whenever he was still on the baseball team, he was the best pitcher they had. He was a closer. He had the highest saves on the team. So he was it's crazy to think that you can just be that talented at two sports.
How's it going, man?
Doing good. How about you?
Good. So I appreciate you coming on and talking with me, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So I'm going to get right into it. Like I said, we don't want to take up too much of your time, and thanks for joining. So before we talk about Notre Dame, had a question. Did you watch The Last Dance on Sunday?
No, I recorded it, but I'm planning on watching it later, but I haven't watched it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I won't ask you what you thought of it yet. Maybe we'll follow up on that. But I do got to ask, Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Probably LeBron James, honestly.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, probably
Good
LeBron
to know.
James.
Good to know.
If I grew up, like, in that era with Michael Jordan, I'd probably say Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just didn't experience it,
Well, I hope The Last Dance enlightens you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So you're from SEC country, and you were basically recruited by just about every SEC team. So why did you pick Notre Dame?
Well, I mean, personally, there's some SEC teams that use tight ends, but most of them really don't.
Mm-hmm.
But, teams up north, use tight ends a lot. And I don't think really, they have as good as an education as Notre Dame does. So, that's kind of what drew me to Notre Dame, the education and the way you use tight ends. So,
awesome.
That's why I picked Notre Dame.
So, tell me a little bit about your recruiting process. Kind of walk us through from day one to where we are today.
Whenever I grew up, I was, in the baseball and stuff. I was a really good baseball player, and I played quarterback. So, I didn't really, focus on football that much. I really focused on baseball. And so then my seventh grade year, I went to Athens Christian for, a baseball thing. And I came back. I was a quarterback my freshman year. And then I moved to tight end. I went to my Paradise Camp. Grew up liking my because my name's Kane because of the Miami Hurricanes.
Right
So,
on.
I mean, that's kind of where I wanted. But then I didn't get an offer from there, but I bought out of the camp, and then I got my first offer from LSU. And then I started opening my eyes to other schools. I think Notre Dame was my sixth offer, and I think I was the only tight end they offered in my class for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I took my visit there, and just loved it, and loved the academics and alumni, all that stuff. So that's really what made me commit to Notre Dame.
Yeah, no, it's a great place, pretty magical.
Yeah, grew up liking Rudy and all that stuff too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how many offers do you have?
I think 30, 31, somewhere around there.
Just a couple, just a handful.
Yeah.
And prior to COVID-19, how many visits did you get to go on?
Gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Was it pretty cool though, getting to see a little bit of everything?
Yeah, it was definitely cool. Growing up watching all those schools play football and stuff, go visit the campus and everything. It was good.
Nice. So you mentioned, the U. That's what you're named after. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite NFL tight end then? Is it Greg Olsen?
No. I mean, I didn't really like watching any NFL tight ends till George Kittle. But when I started playing tight end and I started watching film and stuff like that, pictured myself I wanted to be like, it was Mike Gesicki.
Yeah.
Penn State.
Nice.
So, I really liked him.
He's a beast. That's pretty cool, man. So a little more on a personal note, who do you look up to?
Who I look up to? Probably my dad. My dad.
Any particular reason?
I mean, he's always there for me and stuff, always pushing me to do good. And, me and him butt heads a little bit, but, he's just always there wanting the best for me. So.
Nice.
I just want to grow up to be like him.
One last question. You said you played baseball. Any idea if you'll be playing baseball at Notre Dame too, or are you just going to stick to football?
I just want to stick to football.
All right.
I kind of lost love for baseball after doing all the tournaments and stuff like that every weekend.
Sure.
So, yeah, I just got love for football. So.
All right. Well, looking forward to welcoming you in South Bend, and hopefully you're staying safe and well with everything going on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Go Irish.
Yes. Yeah, go Irish.
Yeah, everything I've been hearing so far, as far as recruiting goes, I mean, the Irish are getting pretty aggressive for the 2022 class, but one we can't forget about, and he's close, is Will Shipley. Seems to be the consensus that he's actually starting to lean towards Clemson, which is not good news for Notre Dame. But I think at this point it's just a toss-up between the two. You see guys like Blake Fisher, man, he is all over these guys to come to South Bend to join this super team that they're putting together. I just saw as I was scrolling through my Twitter, he had posted something about Rocco Spindler. The fact that, Blake Fisher is not backing down could help us in the long run with Shipley, because I know those two guys are really close.
This coronavirus going on, unfortunately, we couldn't get Blake, I was talking to Blake the other day, Blake, Gabriel, Lorenzo, they all had another visit set up to go at the same time in late April, early May, which hurts. It really does. But I still think there's still a decent shot. Like you said, I think it is up for grabs right now. And I mean, if we get Will Shipley, I think the offense is going to change a little bit. I think we're going to run some different stuff. He's going to end up like more of a pass threat back, like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And, our running backs coach has some good history with getting people paid in the NFL. Lance Taylor,
highest paid running back in the league, I believe, Christian McCaffrey. So, and Notre Dame certainly got their fair share of playing against Run CMC. So, We know what it's like to be on the other end of it. It'd be nice to be on the offensive side. I mean, we've had some great running backs over the past couple of years, probably underrated in my opinion. Guys that went on to maybe not be the Christian McCaffreys of the world, but that are making plays. They're coming in, a couple plays a game, and they're getting touches. So you had C.J. Prosise, Dexter Williams. I know he didn't get a ton of action. The Packers just really thin at running back, so he did get in there. Josh Adams, I know, had a couple carries. And yeah, maybe like I said, these guys aren't coming out and being, Leonard Fournette or all of these Ezekiel Elliott, all these guys. But that says something about Notre Dame. I mean, you go there, you got a shot at playing in the NFL.
Someone who I think can really fill that role if they can stay healthy is Jafar Armstrong, man.
Yeah. He's that big body.
Athletic. He's super athletic. He just had some unlucky injuries. So last year, Louisville game, he started fine, and then the injury came. So hopefully he can stay healthy and make a bigger role because I know he's been itching for that.
Yeah, and I think looking at him, he's got to be our. He's got to be at least a first, second down back. He's going to be the goal line guy, I think, at this point. Him or Jameer Smith. Both of them. I mean, you saw it in the Louisville game is where he had his little breaking out party. And then he kind of faded away for the rest of the year. And a lot of that had to do with eligibility and stuff, making sure we stay under the red shirt rules. But man, yeah, that was refreshing to see. So we got two bruisers. Not to say Jafar Armstrong can't, kick it up a notch too, but he doesn't have the Chris Tyree speed. So really, really going to have a balanced rushing attack, I think, this next season. Really going to put a lot of pressure on the offensive line, I think. Just to put your money where your mouth is, O-line you.
I personally don't think we'll have just one strictly back starting, I think we're going to switch between 3, maybe 4 guys, I expect Tyree to come in and get some touches. I expect Jafar to get touches. I mean, I don't see Notre Dame giving the ball to Jafar 25 times a game
or you're right.
Jameer 25. I'm talking 12 touches each, maybe something like that. Maybe. I mean, that I would like to see that, but you never know what's going to happen. Thank you guys again. Again, we have dropped a shirt now. If you guys are interested, again, you can follow me on Twitter at NolanGentry34 and DM me about the shirt, and I'll give you insight and details on when we can get it to you, etc. Or you can DM Kyle at Irish Mockery and do the same.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Golden Domers Podcast. Subscribe to our channel, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. And thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys. Go Irish.
Go Irish.